That's it. I've taken way too much abuse. I've taken way too much disrespect. The absolute respect that Chelsea have received after one of the most difficult UCL victories, I just think is frankly unacceptable. And you know what? I've held back. I've held things in, and I'm still cautiously optimistic because I don't want to mince words, but I've got to be real. I had a light bulb moment. You know, I had an Isaac Newton moment. When I had an Einstein moment where a light bulb said, "What's up?" A light bulb said, "HH, tell the street something. HH, let these guys know what it's about." And guys, I'm giving you this. 5 reasons. These are the 5 reasons as to why I believe Chelsea can be supremely, amazingly successful next season. But specifically, these are the 5 reasons why Chelsea can reclaim what is rightfully ours, which of course is the EPL title. So, without further ado, let's go with reason number 1. Chelsea's record against Man City. Now, a season is really built upon what you do over 38 games. Fully. But now, once it now becomes really, really close, what you now do against those teams that are nearer to you, especially the bigger teams, is what will define you. We really have to take our minds all the way back to the Liverpool game against Man City. So when you had Liverpool against Man City, these guys were super close. And I think that season, it was maybe like a few points. And that game, I think, was it Jan 7 or something? That game in January was pivotal. Because that's a game in which Sane scored the winning goal. Bro, it could be changing. And I remember watching that game in a pub with Liverpool fans, and people knew how pivotal it was because based on just how close those guys were, Liverpool and Man City. So the fact that Chelsea have a great record against Man City have found it very hard to figure them out, and Tuchel has been able to say what's up to Pep, already gives Chelsea that extra edge over them. So if Chelsea take care of business against the smaller teams, they now know that we are first of all confident whenever we face against your boys Man City, and specifically Chelsea now know that, hey, look what, if we are consistent against the teams that should be beaten, when we now face against Man City, we've beaten them several times, I think 3 times now in a row. We should be able to say what's up to them yet again. So if you're beating a team that many people put as the favorites, these guys are the defending champions, but you take care of business, it puts Chelsea in an excellent, amazing position in order to say what's up. Reason number 2. The Tuchel. Chelsea were under a tyranny. They were under a dictatorship. It was Mussolini. It was Idi Amin, you know. Some people would even say Hitler. It was tough. It was a horrible, horrendous reign that Chelsea were under. And that, of course, was... We don't even need to mention the guy's name. Tuchel came in, and I believe that Tuchel has to go down as one of the most impactful managers in recent times. The only thing I can think closer was what your boy Hansi Flick did, because Hansi Flick was money. But the fact that Tuchel came in what was a total wreck, he had to unite a dressing room. He had to now totally change the tactics on formation after the previous guy totally screwed everything up. And the fact that he actually ended up in ensuring top 4, which looked to have been lost, and also win a freaking Champions League is amazing. So the fact that he now has a preseason, he now has more time with the squad instead of just those first 24 hours before Chelsea played Wolves. He now has this team much closer to together, more time to now fully enforce his tactics, enforce his formation, enforce his coaching, more training methods, more training regimes, more training days. This now makes this team in a better position. They're much more cohesive because time is key. Time is the healer. They now have more time in order to now understand how this back 3 works, how it now goes into back 5, how the wing backs work, how he wants his team to pass the ball, how he wants his team to now operate with the ball and without the ball. Because I always say this to people, preseason, those are things that are very key. All those weeks that you have of really getting the camp together and ensuring that, like the back of your hand, you know how the formation works, because what time gives you is it builds chemistry. It builds a wavelength. So rather than having to think about what you do when you pass the ball, you don't have to think, because you've had so many 5 against 5s. You've done so many triangle training regimes. You've done so many drills that once it now comes into those matches, bro, we've done this several times. So we are flowing better. We have better chemistry. We have better synergy. We have better understanding within one another. So that's preseason that Tuchel has, and the extra time he now has with what was a team that looks extremely hard to beat. Bro, this even bodes well for Chelsea coming into this new freaking season. Number 3. Lukaku. You see, this Lukaku ties in with reason number 1. Because reason number 1 was, of course, Chelsea's great record against Man City. But again, I always use this example. I remember a season when Arsenal beat United twice. I think that was when Adebayo was still at Arsenal. They beat United twice. Guess who won the league? It wasn't Arsenal. It was Man United. So it's all well and good being able to beat Man City, but you have to now see what you're doing for the 38 games. Same with United. Solskjaer, amazing record against Pep. But again, who won the league? It was Man City. So I think what's going to be very important here is what Lukaku brings. But what Lukaku brings is consistency. And that is what is needed and what is imperative to win a league title. You have to be able to find a way to break down these smaller teams. You have to find a way of just finding a goal. Because sometimes when you're not playing against these smaller teams, you're not always going to play well. They won't allow you to play well. And you won't even be in rhythm. But the true winners and the true champions are guys that find a way to win. The guys that find a goal, that steal a goal, that steal 3 points. Because all that matters is not how you win, it's whether you win. It's all about winning. So what Lukaku, I think, can bring into Chelsea is consistency, ensuring those goals go through. So whether it's against Burnley, against Southampton, against either of these dudes, Chelsea can find a way to get those goals to go through, because there have been games. There have been games where Chelsea should be beating these guys, but they've not been able to find a way to go through. Because remember, against the bigger teams, whether it's Liverpool or Man City, you're going to have more space. So therefore, you have more space. Pulisic, Havertz will be able to be much more effective. But against the smaller teams who now sit back, give Chelsea the ball, that's less space. So once you now have less space, that is even much more focus on your striker and goal getter to find a way of getting that goal, to find a way of scoring that G, and find a way of saying what's up. So that's now where a Lukaku can come in, where you can hopefully believe and hopefully trust in the fact that he's going to come in and say what's up and ensure that every single week he can ball out and get that G that Chelsea needs. So Lukaku represents the other piece with regards to ensuring that the consistency and the week-to-week 3 points are there to ensure that Chelsea are maintaining their foothold at the top of the African table. Number 4. The Verts. Havertz is one of the most exciting young talents out there. Of course, we hear about João Felix. We hear about Ansu Fati. Some people may even put in a Delict in there. Some people may even say your boy Foden. I think Havertz is definitely in that conversation as one of the most exciting talents to come through. And he started off, it was a bit tough. You know, the previous dude, the dictator, played him everywhere. He played him in the kitchen. He played him on the roof. He played him in hell. You know, he played him in hell. He even played him in freaking Gotham and even Mordor as well. But Tuchel came in and he trusted this dude. Maybe it's the whole German link, but he came in, trusted this dude, and now you've now seen a guy who has to be one of the most multi-talented young players that exist out there. And I think, you know, that is obviously why people regard Joshua Kimmich so highly, because Joshua Kimmich is a guy who can play right back, and he's also a very good central midfielder, but because of the multitude of skills. What makes Havertz such an exciting talent is this guy can score goals. He knows how to freaking score. But as well as being able to score goals, he also knows how to pass. He knows how to dribble. He's got a great football brain. He knows how to now link plays. He knows how to now carry the ball. And he can operate either inside the 18-yard, out of the 18-yard, or outside of the wing. So a guy that can be so effective and so productive in several areas of the pitch is an amazing asset to have. So the very notion of an improved Havertz who can give Chelsea so much more in so many different areas of the pitch is a very exciting thing to behold, because we already saw how much he is improving towards the tail end of the season. I think we didn't even see the very best of Havertz because in the Euros, because he was under a brick manager in Jogi Löw. We're going to see a truly incredible Havertz when your boy Hansi Flick comes in and totally revamps the entire team and actually builds it around Havertz for the future. But I think for where Chelsea are concerned, I just think that Havertz is a dynamite talent waiting to just explode. And this could perhaps be the season in which Havertz really takes his football from here over to here to the very next level. So the very fact that a much improved Havertz who takes his goal scoring to a high level, takes his passing to a high level, and now that he now understands how the Premier League operates, he now understands that there's the speed of the Premier League, and he now has a preseason to now really fully engulf himself in his play, and is always constantly to improve under a Tuchel, bro, the Verts could really pop off and really say what's up. Number 5. Winning trophies is key. You know, when you're a trophy-winning team and you can win a trophy, it says something about you, because what that says is you know how to win. You know how to succeed. Again, as the saying goes, you don't win silver, you lose gold. This is a very young team, because the difference between this team and the 2012 team is, for the 2012 team, that was their last dance. That was their Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc. That was their last dance, last ride, and so forth, because that team was really cultivated in 2005, and that culminated in what happened in 2012. But the difference with this team is that they're very young. They're just starting, you know, and really, many people would say that City were supposed to win that title. It was supposed to be City's. But for some strange reason, Chelsea said, oh, no. We're actually going to go ahead of schedule as to what people think that we're supposed to be freaking doing. So the fact that this team has already won a trophy, they already have that winning mentality within them, and they already know what it means to win a trophy. So that can only bode extremely well in coming to this new season, because from beyond just having quality players, having young players, and them improving, experience is key. Experience is key. It is why people were so fearful of that Real Madrid team, because they knew how to win. When you've won and you know what it takes to win a trophy, not just a game, to win a tournament, to win a trophy, and the biggest trophy that exists in club football, it gives you that extra mentality and psychology that is paramount and needed in being fully successful. So guys, Chelsea, man, be excited. Because if all these things come into place and fall properly in place, I'm looking at the field. This could be an extremely explosive and seminal season for Chelsea. If everything falls into place, Chelsea could have an absolutely outstanding season. Rivals, be afraid. Be very afraid.